It's spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky. It's spooky.
Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scaryish Podcast.
Woo!
I'm Rom Grace. This is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And today we're here with more stories for Storytime.
Indeed we are. We call those stories homegrown horrors. And we call them that because they're homegrown in your home, not ours, hopefully. They're the stories that we have received from the beautiful listeners and viewers that are true crime, spiritual, scary, coincidental. I forgot how I do this intro. It's been a really rough intro. True crime, horrific, extraterrestrial, in nature,
Paranormal.
all that fun stuff. Paranormal, cool. Thank you for jumping in after my second failure in an attempt to do this. So for stories like that, Robin, where can folks send them?
You can go to scaryish.com. That is our website. There's a contact us page. You fill out that, and it emails it to us that way. Or you can just email us directly at storytime@scaryish.com. And yeah.
Indeed. So we're going to go ahead and read 4 homegrown horrors this evening. Robin, would you like to go first, or would you like me to?
I'll go first.
Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to hand over the mouse, and you take it away.
All right. So the first one I'm going to read is actually apparently an update. So it says update on 1705 Gravestone Shop. All right. It goes, "Hi, Robin and Adam.
Hello.
That's us. I'm not sure if you remember, but I messaged you on Instagram a couple of years back to tell you about my dad's colonial gravestone shop and how creepy it is. Well, I have some updates. It's crazy when someone says like, hey, I messaged you a couple of years ago.
Right.
Because you've been with us for years.
We've been doing this for
years.
a long time.
All right. I mentioned in my last message that I've had my fair share of spooks in this old-ass building. Nothing too intense has ever happened, mostly a door opening here, maybe some footsteps there, but something happened last night that takes the cake. I wonder where that came from.
I know, I wonder where that cake went.
No,
It got taken.
like who decided like takes the cake?
I'm sure it was pretty literal and then eventually just became figurative after a long time.
Okay. So I've been listening to Scaryish since the beginning. I found the podcast my senior year of high school. Not really relevant, just flexing my loyalty.
It's hilarious because they're probably like a sophomore or junior in college if they went to university.
And now I've moved out of my parents' house and I'm turning 22 in a couple weeks. You're legal to drink. Where did I move, you asked? Well, I moved into the apartment above my dad's shop.
Oh, wow.
You heard it here first, folks. So that they moved into the haunted building.
Yeah.
Nice. I decided to move into an apartment above a 300-year-old gravestone shop alone. For context, the 2 front rooms are an office and a room for drawing/designing stones. The entire back of the shop is where the carving happens. The stairs to the apartment are in the back room, and next to the stairs is a little hallway that leads to the front office. Last night, my dog Georgie... Oh, sorry, not Georgie. Last night, my dog George and I got home around 9 p.m. I turned some lights on in the back room, but not enough to illuminate the front rooms. I climbed the stairs and opened the door to the apartment, then turned to make sure George was following me.
Sure.
Yeah, I know.
Ow.
To make sure George was following me. He wasn't. He was next to the stairs, head low, tail straight out, and walking slowly into the dark. My first thought was, fuck no, so I yelled at him to come up the stairs. It took him a second to listen, but he followed me and I locked the door behind us. A few hours passed and I thought about what happened, what George could have seen. He only moves like that in 2 situations, when he's stalking a small animal like a bunny or a squirrel, or when he meets someone for the first time. Obviously, the latter is horrifying, so I decided he had to have seen a mouse. A few hours later, I decided to take him out for his nightly bathroom routine. I didn't feel super comfortable, but other than that, there were no issues. Fast forward another hour. It's 1:12 a.m. George and I are in the bedroom with the door closed to keep the AC in. I'm in bed watching YouTube and George is knocked out on the floor. The AC is really loud, which is nice because it drowns out all the creepy building settling noises. I don't know if you've ever had to experience that where, like, you lived in a building where all night or even all day you just hear the creaking of the entire building.
I mean, I've lived in some old places. I wouldn't say all day, but yeah, you definitely hear noises consistently with an older building, for sure.
I can just totally relate because my house that I kind of grew up in Hawaii was like that, where like you always heard the creaking, and if it was windy outside, it definitely creaked. Then out of nowhere, something happened downstairs that made the whole building shake. It was as if someone had dropped a big piece of furniture. It's a gravestone. Fell off. I guarantee it. It's
Cracked
probably
in
a
half.
gravestone. Then it happened again. George snapped out of his sleep and started growling at the door. I was so shocked that it took me a second to turn the AC off so I could listen to what was happening. I didn't hear anything. All I heard were the same old building settling sounds. I was so scared, I started texting all of my friends, my boyfriend, my parents, and my brother. My brother was
This is my last will and testament.
My brother was the only one awake, and thankfully he came over as soon as I told him what had happened. When he got here, we surveyed the entire building and found nothing. I was praying that we would find some fallen stones or something. Oh, fuck, that didn't actually happen, damn. But everything was in its place. My brother stayed with me until 2:20 a.m. Shout out to him for literally being the best. Anyway, I still have no idea what it was that could have shaken the building twice. Part of me refuses to think that it's a ghost. Maybe it was an earthquake.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, if it's shaking the whole building, it has to have like the power of an earthquake, but you figure everyone else would feel it too.
Feel free to share this on the podcast, and thank you guys for everything. Attached are pictures of George. He's a I was going to say he's a good dog. I bet he is a good dog. He's good company, but he's not about to jump in between me and a murderer in an act of selfless loyalty and instinctual protection. He's a fluffy baby. Love you in the podcast. Stay spooky. Hope. Thank you so much for sending that in. I would never move into a building like that. I mean, I think the act of making the gravestones isn't scary at all. Not at all. But the fact that it's already like thought to be haunted, you know?
Yeah.
Is definitely scary. I don't think I could do it.
Also, thank you for sending pictures of your dog. They were adorable. They're not attached to the email that Robin's like, oh,
Yes,
they are
look at
attached.
him.
I was looking at it earlier. I'm
He's
like,
cute,
oh my
fluffy
God,
face.
he's so cute.
He just...
I can see it's like a smaller, fluffy dog. So, you know,
it's
you
like
can
a
see
little,
these dogs alerting
Maltese
you.
or something, right?
I don't know if it's a Maltese, but it looks like a dog that would alert you to danger and then be like, all right, deal with it. I'm out of here. But good dog, George. And shout out to your brother, because coming over to someone's house in the middle of the night because they're scared at something, that's not something a lot of folks would do.
It's funny because my sister, like, if I text her at like midnight or 1 a.m., she will message me back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why are you still awake? But why am I still awake?
Very few people will message back. Even fewer people will actually come over. So great story. Hopefully it wasn't anything too serious. And thank you for sending it in.
George is just so cute. I just want to pet him.
He's adorable. All right, let's look over in the stream chat, see what you wonderful folks had to say.
Before we get into all that, I would like to remind everyone, it is September. What is
Indeed.
September, you might ask? September is
20% off all subscriptions that are bought or gifted. So basically, instead of $5 reduce, it's $4 reduce, which is pretty effing
And don't
sweet.
we get the entire $4 too?
I don't know about that. I
Because
hope so.
because Subway pays half. Subway pays half of the subscription to the what are we?
Channel?
Yeah. So Subway pays half of that subscription price, and then Twitch pays their normal thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. That'd be pretty awesome.
So for the month of September, streamers get the entirety of what you folks gift for subscriptions and stuff like that.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, let's go ahead and read some of these notifications that have come in since we started streaming. Let's go ahead and go back to the things that started since our last stream. We didn't have a video game stream, so 4 days ago, Unsensible Sensibility followed us over there on Twitch. B1EE3 or Bleed, maybe, followed us 4 days ago. BC, I'm going to let you take the rest of that one.
All I know is the last word says Jojoba.
Let's just go with BC Jojoba followed us yesterday.
BC
Shout out
Jojoba.
to Malum, me, who resubscribed with their Prime yesterday. Shout out to Host00312, who followed us 15 minutes ago. Shout out to Glitch, who resubscribed for the 26th month. Said, woo, happy 26. Hashtag NOGA. Nah, I want start like this. Haha. Shout out to Hoss_Hoss00312. Lots of underscores after that, who followed us 14 minutes ago. Shout out to Captain Fake Eye, who resubscribed for the 23rd month with their Prime and said, woo. Shout out to Merlin Valor, who resubscribed for the 14th month and said, hashtag Team Fan. Shout out to Sherry Sue, who resubscribed for the 4th month. Shout out to Lisbeth Tree, who donated 100 bits. Shout out to Enzo Matrix, Lisbeth Tree, Captain Fake Eye, Laura Ann, and Glitch, who all redeemed a drink. So that's 5. Unless I missed one, which I don't think I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shout out to Elizabeth Tree, who donated another 100 bits. Shout out to Red Cato, who just subscribed with Prime. Shout out to Merlin Valor, who gifted out 1 tier 1 community sub. We appreciate
Dang that hype train.
Shout out to XMAwesomeX, who also resubscribed for the 12th month. Said, hey, awake for the live for the first time in months. Yay.
Woohoo.
Also, it looks like Merlin Valor, the sub that was gifted out, went to LORP Games. So pretty awesome stuff.
It's funny because Subway sponsored it last year. I don't know if it's this year. It's called.
That's why when you said it was Subway, I'm like, what?
Last year was Subway. I don't know if it's Subway this year, but September is usually a company pays for half and then Twitch pays for the other half.
I'm trying to figure out why you're not centered. It might be the... Nope, wrong way.
No, wrong way. Here. There you go.
Further away from me. Sad face.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right. Let's look over and see what was going on in chat. Also, shout out, or just apologies. We were 5 minutes late. I had to restart the stream at 6:25. I had to restart my entire computer and then get everything back up. And for reference, I have like 4 emails open. We have Reaper open recording us. We have the Restream app. We have Streamlabs, which is what is actually doing the streaming. We have the Twitch feed. We have the YouTube feed. We have the Facebook feed. Then we have like the Twitch Mini Manager. And then the Stream Deck that goes along with it. And that's just specifically for the stream. So it's like getting all those open again. And of course, Intro Fighters, which you all love to participate in when we start, has to boot up, which takes itself a minute. And then the program that does the counting down. It's just so much stuff that needs to be reset. So it was a pain in the butt at the worst possible second. And then I realized I didn't have a fucking drink. So I had to run downstairs. Speaking of which, drinking White Claw Mango, which is really gross.
Basic
and we have 6 redeemed drinks. So... let's see what's going on over there in the chat. Elizabeth Tree was the first person in either channel.
I'm going to move the bowl cozies because they're just ugly right there.
Okay. Oh. Robin was home today, too. She didn't work, so just saying. Bad timing. Elizabeth Tree is the first person in either channel. Said woo. Enzo Matrix also said woo. Captain Fake, I said woo. Enzo Matrix says, oh, hey. Going to keep scrolling. IMB Trans says, we're going to try and be here tonight. Internet's still having issues. Services coming out for the 3rd time in 2 months to find and fix the issue. Cell signal is spotty because of the weather. That is rough. Elizabeth Tree says, I hate internet providers. They always charge you so much while promising the best service, but they never follow through. That is incredibly true, especially of Cox Communications, which sucks. Laura Ann says, how's everyone doing tonight? Doing okay.
How y'all doing tonight?
Had a pretty good day at work. Some stuff broke. Some stuff was getting fixed. I just had
classes today. Group meetings for design projects. But that's about it.
Yeah, 4.5 hour group meeting or something like that. It was super long. I want to have an 1.5 hour long one-on-one with my boss. They're scheduled for 30 minutes just because we bullshit about stuff outside of work. Elizabeth says, dying from anxiety about my surgery tomorrow, but good. How are you?
Hopefully your surgery will be fine.
Fingers crossed. Spirit bomb energy coming your way, making sure that that goes well. Glitch is also here. Thank you for joining us, Glitch.
I'm going to start taking drinks.
You got 6.
I have soju and apple juice and cranberry grape juice.
God, this is terrible.
Is it mango?
Yeah.
That mango is the best.
And it's still pretty terrible. So the reason all the seltzer waters are going bankrupt is because they all just decided that they're going to put them out. Because everyone just gets it up their ass that they're going to drink seltzer waters.
They're going bankrupt?
You haven't heard about that?
No.
I told you about that.
What?
It's like almost all the seltzer water companies, the people who leaned in really hard in seltzers, like they have all this stock because no one's buying it anymore because it's like a fad that comes and goes. Like with Zima and Smirnoff Ice. It's like Smirnoff was okay because they already have vodka. Like they sell vodka normally. But they came back with a vengeance this time with White Claw and then all the other seltzers that hit. And it's out of craze again. Shout out to Maya, who's over there in YouTube, says, first one in the chat. Heck yeah, indeed you were. Gonna keep scrolling.
I Am Beef Train says, I threatened to leave my ISP if they can't fix the service. It's been sucking for 2 months.
We only have one other ISP, and the internet service they provide is 3 megs a second, which is, let me do the math here.
1/30th, 1/300th of what we get.
1/300th of what we get, which is trash. I want to say NVIDIA wasn't loading at 1828, which was 628. That's when the video started. That's why it wasn't loading, because it was still getting booted up, which is so annoying. It wasn't your internet service provider. In that case, Sherry Sue says, hey, I'm here, but computer's giving me problems. IMB Trina says, did they change up the intro screen? We did not. It has been the same for a little bit over a year now.
Carrie over there says, on YouTube says, hi from Aussieland, or as we call it at the moment, Prison Island.
Wow.
Because they're in lockdown again.
Oh, bummer. That sucks. IMB Trina says, no video, but the audio is different. We haven't changed the audio either. The audio is the same creepy music that it always is on the intro. It's been like that since I think the beginning of the year too. Gonna keep scrolling.
I hope everything is okay.
It's possible that it was just like echoey.
Okay.
But here's the thing, is that no settings have changed from last week's episode to this week's episode because we didn't have a gaming stream. So everything should have been easy peasy lemon squeezy. But then, of course, it all froze, had to be reset and rebooted, but still no settings changed. It was just a matter of getting it all rebooted. So gonna keep scrolling. Glitch says it wouldn't let me talk. Did I ban myself? LOL. That's funny. And Once says I may not be able to stay for the stream tonight. I'm fighting with bad internet signal. That is a bummer. Jay Valor is over there in YouTube. Hello, Jay Valor. Thank you for joining us. Now, of course, is tired, had a long day at work, but looking forward to story time. It's nice to hear. And Beatrice said also now no audio. It doesn't look like we're dropping any frames, so I'm pretty sure that one actually you can blame on your internet service provider. Going to keep moving.
Captain Fake Eye says, I think I'm getting a job offer in Oregon. Woo woo, West Coast.
It's pretty awesome.
They say, thanks, I won't start for another 2 years, but apparently this is how things work in academic medicine. Wait, academic medicine? So are you going to be like a professor or a teacher?
Right? You're going to be like a teaching doctor?
Yeah, that sounds
Are you going to be like House from House?
House is...
An epidemiologist. No. He's a diagnostician.
He is a diagnostician.
But there's a very fancy word, not just diagnostician, that they give him.
Is it epidemiologist? I
don't think he is. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a long time.
I haven't watched it either since I was 20-something.
No, we watched it together once. Oh, yeah, we did meet in your 20s.
Yeah.
But it was like 3 or 4 years ago.
No, it was before we moved here.
No. I thought we watched when we were living here. It might have been in the apartment with Charlie.
It was in the apartment.
It's like 6 years ago.
Because I remember we got to the point with Cuddy, and you're like, where they're like happy together, right? And you're just like, I'm done.
So I want this to be my happy ending.
Yep.
All right, Carrie says, hey, hope you guys are doing well. Thank you. Captain Vegas said, hashtag team fan. Hell yeah. Glitch said, always hashtag team fan. Chunk says, I'm working late tonight, so I'll mostly be listening. That's totally cool. Maya says, hello from California. How's everyone doing? Pretty good.
Sorry, Twitch is being a dickhead to a lot of people, looks like. Tiny Dancer Nation says, howdy y'all from Texas. Glad to be home for a couple weeks before going back to California.
Nice.
MQI
says, hi everyone. Can't ever get Twitch to work. Probably gonna head over to YouTube World. Just wanted to say hi. Gonna scroll.
Elizabeth Tree says there is another podcast on Google Podcasts called Scaryish with 1 episode posted in April, and I found it weird. I think we did see that. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think the one that we saw though was like from a year ago or something like that.
I don't know. I was just like, fuck you.
It's annoying when people don't check to see if the name's already taken. But it is what it is. Elisa over there in YouTube says the name Georgie is cursed because of it. That's the first thing I thought of when she said Georgie.
Well, see, when I saw George, I immediately thought Georgie because of it. That's why my brain was just like, Georgie. You'll float too.
And Beatrice says, by the way, happy Star Trek Day, Spooky Fam. Indeed, happy Star Trek Day. I've only ever seen some of the movies. I've never seen any of the television series.
It is Star Trek Day.
I don't know why it would be Star Trek Day. September 8th.
May
September 8th be with you, Star Trek fans.
All I know is that all over Twitter, it's Star Trek Day. Elizabeth Tree says, there's only one Spooky-ish I will ever listen to. The true Spooky-ish. That's us. Even though we're scary.
I was going to say, yeah.
All right.
Brian over there on YouTube says, yay, Signal's steady enough to pop in for a bit. YouTube just has better service, to be honest with you. And I says, hi, Brian, I can't get Twitch to work again. LOL, so here I am.
They have better servers.
Yeah, I think just in general.
Yeah, YouTube
which is crazy because Twitch collects so much money off of all the subs and all the bits purchased.
But YouTube just has so many users they have to have.
Yeah, they were already pretty self-sustaining before Google bought them, so... we will keep scrolling. Cursed Wolf said, super bored, can't do much. He has a broken ankle.
He does have a broken ankle. I hope it's getting better and closer to getting taken off.
His ankle?
No, the cast, you fucking...
You didn't say the cast. You said, I hope it's getting taken off. Sounds like she wants your ankle to be taken off.
I hate you. I said, I hope it's getting better and getting closer to getting taken off.
And it's... Yeah, exactly. Get out of here. Stop fucking hitting me. Someone call shelter. I'm going to keep
You
scrolling.
can call it the shelter yourself.
Curse Wolf says, I'm stuck watching my vast movie collection, TV, and my PC screen. Usually just blanking because I can never decide what I want to do.
Game. All the video games.
Brian says, Signal is so bad I keep losing connection. I hate my ISP. Windstream makes Cox cable look good. That sucks.
Sherry Sue says, on my iPad because my MacBook Pro is crap. So annoyed. I feel like Apple products, man. So when it comes to their laptops, they just get so shitty so fast.
I'm not a fan of my MacBook Pro.
I don't like MacBooks.
I would much rather have like a PC laptop.
Yeah.
That's not a PC. I always say that. I would rather have a Windows laptop of some sort. However, I really like Apple tablets. So
I do love my iPad. I freaking love my iPad, but I would never get a laptop ever. Like a MacBook. Sorry. I would get a laptop. I wish I had a laptop. My laptop right now is like an old touchscreen Windows one, and it doesn't do anything anymore. It's such a piece of shit. But it's so old. When did I buy that? I bought it. It has to have been 12 years ago. No. I bought it 10 years ago.
Your laptop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I
Didn't you buy it right before you met me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that sounds about
Yeah,
right.
so I bought it 10 years ago.
10 or 11 years ago now.
So
at this
that's
point.
why it's a POS.
Indeed. I will keep scrolling. There's some Star Trek talk. Liz Patrice says, engage. Gonna keep scrolling here.
Sketch My Story over on YouTube says, hi, Californian here too. Hello.
Sketch My Story says, LOL, I just made a mango boba drink. Mango boba is different than mango seltzer water. Shout out to Amelia P, who just subscribed, or resubscribed, I should say, for the 3rd month, said, love you guys the most, and then a heart emoji, and then a ghost
thank
emoji.
you.
We appreciate that.
Halloween's coming up. So excited.
Liz Patrice says, September stream goal is pumpkin carving contest, correct? Here's the deal. We're just going to do that in October. We were talking about it, and we're just going to go ahead and do that. I need to update the stream goal to say it's September, which I can do while Robin reads some of these
but
things.
if you do donate money, it'll go to us buying pumpkins and the supplies to carve pumpkins.
Possibly upping the ante for whatever the stream might be. So we will set the goal,
and
but
we'll make sure we'll test the audio this time around too.
Yes, we'll make sure that Robin's fucking pack is on this time, which is something that I cannot believe we missed last time.
But my audio sounded good.
Because you were so fucking loud. It's funny too because you're almost never loud. You're almost always quiet. But like for whatever reason, for the what's it called, bartending contest, she was just like, I'm gonna be loud. I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna tell Adam to go fuck himself.
Yep. Do you hear all that right now?
The dog's running?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Being nuts.
They are indeed. So I was going to do this while you were reading, but you have decided to drink.
Liz Patrice says, I love the mango White Claw. Enzo says, White Claw Black Cherry. Black Cherry is my least favorite. That one sucks. Like, it sucks.
Take that, asshole. This should be at, I think, at least $2 now because of the bits that were donated. All right, cool. Let's keep scrolling. Sketch My Story says, first time here, eager to hear the story time.
Let's see.
Enzo Matrix says, hashtag Team Zima. Ugh, those were so gross. I'm Trina says, well, I guess I'm following stream chat and not the stream. That's unfortunate.
Liz Patrice says, I'm gluten intolerant, so I'm grateful for hard seltzers. Sketch My Story said, try adding liquid stevia to seltzer drinks. That sounds... No.
We have liquid stevia. That sounds atrocious.
Like stevia, I can't with stevia.
It's so powerful too.
Yeah.
Catherine over there on Facebook says I jumped to Facebook, so they had to abandon the Twitch ship.
It just gives me that Diet Coke aftertaste.
Yeah.
But more so.
Jay Valor says Sonic Drive-In just came out with new seltzer waters. God,
aw, Kevin Baker says Robin looking extra cute tonight, especially with the Vitruvian Darth Vader. Yeah. Hello.
It's pretty good. That was originally
Adam's
my shirt. Yeah.
I pulled it out of the drawer and put it on today.
She has taken it.
Let's see. All right. Why don't you read your story since it's 7?
Yeah, it is 7 indeed. We did start late though, so. Sketch says, I love my Microsoft Surface for the stylus. It's so easy to draw and less expensive than the iPad.
I wanted to get the Microsoft Surface, but I wanted to get like the Pro one, and it was so fucking expensive. And so I ended up just getting an iPad.
Yeah, you got the iPad Pro instead.
I got the iPad Pro instead because they're both expensive. They're both expensive devices. You just got to choose which one.
Yeah.
And it just depends on what you like. You know, like you can buy an iPad really cheap for like $300, but it's an iPad Air.
Yeah.
You know.
Lizardtree says pumpkin carving contest or pumpkin carving with pumpkin face paint. That's hilarious.
Definitely pumpkin carving contest. I think we're gonna have you guys be the voters to tell us
what to carve.
Yeah. Well, no, not what to carve.
That's what I thought we discussed.
No, to see whose is best.
Oh yeah, that's
the
obvious.
voting. Yeah,
you're the judges.
You're the judges.
We had discussed having you guys tell us what we're gonna carve because I was like, I'm just gonna do a bunch of dicks. Like, gonna do a pumpkin covered in dicks, and I'm gonna do one pumpkin with a huge dick on it.
MI over on YouTube says Truly teas are where it's at. We have those in the fridge too.
Lauren says I carved the Scaryish ghost to my pumpkin last year. That's pretty awesome.
Brian says I've been watching YouTube for 2 years now, and I can't believe Robin is ever quiet. I'm usually quiet.
You have no idea how much work it is to make her audible on our podcast because sometimes she is so quiet. Like I have her decibel level set to like plus 13 at almost all times, and I have to run her through a compressor to give an extra boost that won't distort her signal.
Before we did the podcast, I was a million times quieter too. Yeah. But because we've done this for so long, like I realize when we're recording something with other people, I'm like, fuck, I'm loud.
She does this thing nowadays where she'll go from loud to quiet for effect during the show, and she'll like do her whispers. And I'll like look up and I'll see the audio signal and I'll be like, huh, interesting. The whispers look like she used to sound when we started the show. You guys can't see it. She's jerking off my finger right now because I pointed. But anyways, all right. We are fairly caught up on the chat. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the second email. I'm going to switch over to my shorter one. Yeah, that was the plan. Okay, going to mark it, and we're going to get going on the second story. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move into the second story of the show and stop moving at the same time as we dickhead. We have two mices, one that's wireless and silent for when we're scrolling, and one that's razor and clicktacular for when we're not. Okay, you don't give a shit. Just a little peek behind the curtain. I hate you. Marking it. Here we go.
Were you just confused?
No. Why would I be confused?
Because the mouse was just like not moving how you wanted it to.
No, I was like, why is she doing this to mess with me when I'm trying to go into my first story? Because she's a dickhead. That's why. No, wait. Sorry. According to the new American Horror Story, she's a fuckface. Stop being a fuckface. Fuckface. Okay, I guess she's holding on to that hand. Shout out to ASB Bunny who resubscribed for the 24th month, 2 full years. All right. I'm going to do this now. Don't be an obnoxious asshole. We also didn't drink all of our drinks. I should point that out, probably. Where'd the mouse go? The mouse is gone. Did you break this?
Uh-uh.
All right. This is a fucking nightmare right now. Gonna go ahead and get started. So here we go. We're gonna move into our second story of the...
This is all you. It's not
shut
even
up.
me.
Just shut up.
What are you, a black-eyed pea?
Shut up. What does that mean?
Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up.
I don't know what the song is.
Oh, my fuck. All right, you go.
And this one is called Creepy Stalker Story. Read on the podcast.
Just read it again.
Starts out like this. Hi, Adam and Robin. I can edit shit. You should try editing one of these fucking days to realize what a nightmare you are to edit over. God, shut the fuck up. I hate you so much, dude. You're such a fucking troll. Shout out to the Snark who resubscribed with Prime Gaming for the 30th month.
Thank
you. Now sit there and keep your goddamn mouth shut so I can do this intro and hopefully fuck it up a fourth time.
Third time.
Shut up. You're breaking rule number 1.
What's that?
Shut up.
Oh.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get into our next story of the show, and this one's subject is Creepy Stalker Story. Read on the podcast. Okay, I will. Starts out like this. Hi, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello. Emily from Pennsylvania again with my third Storytime submission. I don't know if it's supposed to be read like that, but I did it. The episode that came out today with special guest Yolanda triggered a memory in me that I just have to share. Picture it, 2008. You all remember 2008, right?
I just graduated high school. Well, no, I graduated the year before. Oh, so my life was already over. JK, LOL.
Oh, my God.
I was only 18.
It says, take it away, Adam. I don't remember a whole lot about 2008. I was in college.
MySpace was a pretty big deal.
I was drinking a lot.
I was working HTML stuff because back then when like LiveJournal, MySpace, you like practice with that bullshit HTML.
I had a website in 7th grade that I was doing HTML on. So when everyone's like, I learned on MySpace.
I learned on LiveJournal.
Well, I guess I'm old as fuck then. Also, by then I was already over onto Facebook. So what'd you say?
You are old as fuck though.
Don't touch me. All right, it says, take it away, Adam. I just took it away. I'm going to bring it back to the email. It says, so MySpace was still pretty big back then. We all remember doing those 50 random facts about me surveys when they were kind of a new cool thing. They were never cool. They even pop up on Facebook every now and then. I'm here to tell you, stop doing those.
It's so that people know all your passwords and
Exactly.
shit.
I have a friend who only passed his classes in college because he would hack into other people's shit on the school website, find their finals or midterms or tests that we were taking digitally, and go and check and see what they got wrong so he could get the answers right. And then he would, once he found that shit, then he would log in to take his test and give the right answer and wait like however long the time limit was, like if it was 90 minutes and it was 30 questions, he would wait exactly that many minutes between each question. So he would just finish under the time, but he would always get 100%. And I was like, don't you ever toss in wrong answers?
You gotta toss in wrong answers to make it look realistic.
It's like, why bother doing that? It looks like I'm taking my time, like looking stuff up. It's open book. I'm like, if it's fucking open book, why are you hacking into other people's shit? It's like, they put that shit out there. Why wouldn't I? So don't take those.
I'm trying to think of what friend of yours is smart enough to hack into that shit.
I mean, it didn't really take a lot of effort because they're not that smart. I'm going to go ahead and mark that. I'm going to whisper to you. I'm not going to let anyone else see this.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Another thing to stop doing, accepting friend requests from people you don't know. I was a naive 20-year-old in 2008 who hadn't been hardened by life experience yet. It happens eventually. Trust me on that. I accepted a friend request from a guy I had one mutual friend with. He quickly sent me a message and we talked pretty regularly. I want to say he was about 28, so a bit older than me. Then I found out he was married. Then he started talking about how he and his wife were trying to conceive and things weren't going well and she was never, quote, in the mood,
red flag,
end quote, anymore. Huge red flag. Ugh. He hinted around often, but I was very adamant that I only wanted to be friends. Here's where the random fact survey comes into play. I had taken a survey that had me list the car I drove and describe the area I lived in.
No.
I, of course, listed a, quote, sexy silver Sable. Facepalm and, quote, on my family's 300-acre farm in the middle of nowhere.
No.
During a conversation with this guy, he mentioned working at a local pharmacy previously where my aunt also happened to work. So this guy knew my aunt and for some reason knew where my aunt lived. And he asked me if I lived on the same farm as my aunt. Shit.
That's creepy.
I, of course, played it cool and said, oh no, it's a different farm. The next day was my day off work. I'm sitting in my house all alone since everyone else was gone for the day, and this random red truck pulls in my driveway.
Oh, no.
The same driveway where my sexy silver Sable is parked. Get your elbow off the fucking table. Stop shaking the cameras.
Stop being a bitch.
And the MySpace guy walks across my yard and up on my porch.
Fuck that.
I was terrified.
No.
I ran to the bathroom and hid on the floor. Thank goodness locking the front door is a habit for me because I have no idea what would have happened if he had gotten in the house. He knocked on the door a few times and then left. He tried to message me later to tell me he came to see me, but I think I blocked him because we never talked again. Please learn from my mistakes. If you have kids who are active on social media, warn them that things like this really do happen. I hope you enjoyed my creepy little PSA, and I hope it helps someone else avoid a creepy encounter like this someday. Keep on creeping on, but not this kind of creepy.
Stalkers are fucking terrifying.
Here's what I think is very important for people to learn from a story like this. The majority of our listener and viewer base is listed as female according to the gender emails that we get from like Facebook and Instagram. You know, there's gender male, non-binary, there's all the different ways you can identify. And like around 70%, like 65 to 70% identify as female. And then the other portion identifies mostly as male. And then we have, you know, some other folks who just choose not to answer, don't identify as whatever. The reason I bring this up is because for those that are listening who are male, this isn't romantic. in any way, shape, or form. I don't know what fucking mental gymnastics you push yourself through to make you think this person who has not done anything to make you feel like they're interested in you is. And that some grand gesture of finding out where they live and going to where they live uninvited is in some way, shape, or form romantic. Most importantly, when you are married and you're trying to conceive a child. Like, what the fuck? Like, who volunteers that information? And if it's not reciprocated, that should be your sign. Like, say you're a male out there who's seeking to have an affair. You figure once someone shows that they're not fucking interested,
move on.
You would pull back. Exactly. Like, this is so beyond crazy that it went from me thinking like, oh, this guy's a fucking creep.
I just thought he was a scumbag. And then
yeah,
it turned
and now
into
I'm like, he feels like he was there to do something terrible.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why on earth you would ever do this unless you're going to do something terrible.
You would have to go out of your way to find this car, this farm. You know what I mean? Too much effort. That's scary. It's too much.
Romantic gestures are done when the person is interested in you, you know? If you're doing something that's even like considered romantic on a normal thing to someone who's not accepting, it's not romantic. It's fucking creepy. I don't think that's so hard to understand. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just, I wish more people would tune into that. And like, you just need, sometimes you don't have a friend that talks you down off the edge. Like, whoa, that's stalker territory, bro. Like, I like where your head's at, trying to find a way to like see if this girl's interested in you. But I think the reason that people wind up doing shit like this is because they deliberately don't bounce ideas like this off of other people. Because then they'd have to just admit out loud facts that would show this person's not interested in you. This is not reciprocated. And what you're doing is fucking creepy. It's like, don't live your life in denial and do stuff like this. So that's my little PSA for any dudes who are out there listening thinking something like this might actually be a good idea. It's fucking not. It's absolutely not. So that's it for me on my little soapbox. All right. Let's go over into Stream Chat. See what you folks had to say. I know we read this, but
says the claw is the law.
Well, the law is dumb and the claw is gross.
My claw's good. You haven't even had You've had like 2 sips.
I've had a sip.
It's so full.
I literally just said out loud before we started the show, I haven't even done any of my drinks. Fuck. And then Robin 5 minutes later catches on.
Take some drinks, dog.
Here, take the mouse. I'll take my drinks while you read everything. All right. Thank you so much to... we already read all these. Indeed, never mind. Thank you, everybody who has subbed, though. Subbed for September. Let's see. Sherry Sue says, I looked on Dell's website and I have no clue about real laptops and I have no video. That sucks. Computers are really difficult. It took me a while to figure stuff out, and being around people that know more than I do because I don't know a lot. The Cursed Wolf redeemed a high 5. There you go. Not drinking. You should be drinking. I just drank and held up 2 fingers. You're not paying attention. Maybe you should pay attention. Maybe you should not be on your fucking phone, bitch. I'm swiping away notifications that were marked urgent. Jeez Louise, Robin. How does your phone know if it's urgent? You can send a text message and mark it urgent. What? Oh, I didn't know that. Show me. My God. Show me. I don't know how to do it. I know I receive them. From who? They have an exclamation point and they pop up on my lock screen. Who texted you? It was just some bullshit like, oh my God, would you like to advertise for blah, 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 blah. Just put a sticker on the side of your door and it's a fucking group text message to 50 people. All right. Brian says, Drunk Troll Robin is great entertainment. Thank you. Enzo Matrix says, the spooky fam and the banter between Adam and Robin make this absolutely amazing. Laura Ann says, oh, hey, Emily's from Pennsylvania. Are coming to SpookyCon. SpookyCon's getting big. It's getting real big. I think it's getting really big. I feel bad for Captain Big Eye because she's coordinating because she's coordinating so much stuff, and it's a lot of people. It is so many people. Lizard Tree says, I built an HTML Sailor Moon website. It was awesome. She is the one named Sailor Fake Eye says, Moon. 2002, I definitely had a MySpace. Oh, yeah. I had a MySpace in high school for sure. I definitely had a MySpace like right when I got out of high school, getting into college. And I still remember when they introduced the top 8. I don't know if y'all remember the top 8. The top 8 was you had to rank your friends.
Yeah.
And then it was causing so many problems.
I didn't have
because
any problems.
you could just randomize it. You could just leave it be, but people would still get pissed off at each other. But then they changed it where you could switch it to a top 8, 16, 32, 64. So for people who didn't want to deal with the bullshit, they would just change like a top 64 and let it randomize. And I think that was when I was like, fuck
I definitely
MySpace.
had a top 8. And because I was doing the HTML stuff, like had specific pictures that I edited for each person. So they were all like a little rectangle that was all like nice in there. And like, you know what I mean? I bet a lot of people did this shit, okay? But I hated my profile picture. It was like me cosplayed as Light Yagami from Death Note. So it was like the tan jacket, white button-up shirt, red tie type stuff. And I remember I photoshopped like an apple into my hand. It was bad Photoshop. Okay?
Wow.
So
Lame.
fucking bad. And that was like my profile picture. Oh my God. I do not miss MySpace.
Someone took a picture of me really drunk and I was smiling, and it was the first time that I saw myself like in a photo where I was just like really, really happy, and that wound up being my profile picture for a long ass time.
Nice.
So that was my MySpace profile picture. And then I remember getting invited by someone I never talked to from a different college to Facebook. And I was like, what the hell is this? And I immediately thought like, oh, it's a MySpace ripoff. And so I signed up my profile. And then right when the top 30 or the top 8 thing happened, I was like, let me just switch over to Facebook. I see a lot of people are already doing that.
I'm Beef Trainer says, I came in on video and audio just in time to hear Picture It 2008, and it made me think of Sophia from Golden Girls.
Oh man, I haven't watched Golden Girls.
Alessa says 2008 middle school. We were all obsessed with Twilight. 2008, 2009 post high school. Some of us were all still obsessed with Twilight.
My friend was dating a stripper, and she was obsessed with Twilight as well. So.
Yeah, I worked at a bookstore. I worked at Borders before it shut down, and we had like the last book, I think, Breaking Dawn, was coming out, and we had like a party at the bookstore. No one fucking showed up. I remember when the movies came out, me and Gabriella would like actually go out and like make a night of it, right? Going to watch the Twilight movies. It was fun. I don't know.
Captain Vegas has so many secrets.
Laura Ann says, tell us all the secrets.
People steal your information really easily.
Yeah.
Like all those things where it's like, what's your stripper name? It's your birthday and the name of your first pet or some shit. It's like, that is just another way for people to collect your information, to go through your security passwords and whatever. Good
luck, because none of my shit makes sense.
Yeah, I deliberately make fake answers to those passwords. So if I ever have to reclaim my password using them, I'm like, well, I'm fucked. Never mind. Because I do double authentication. Because that is the most secure shit. You use your password and then your personal device with a like code that gets sent that expires in 20 seconds.
I can never log into my own secret questions.
Yeah, I deliberately make up bullshit answers.
Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been locked out of accounts because I'm like, well, I don't know what the fucking answer to that. Sometimes it asks like, oh, who's your best friend growing up? And I type in any person possible and none of them are the right answer. And I'm like, well, fuck, maybe I had an imaginary best friend.
I literally had something I had to reset the other day, and I was just like, it was like, what's your mother's maiden name? And I typed it in and it was like wrong. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I never do these. So I thought of all the bullshit answers that I typically put in, and none of them were right either. So I'm like, fuck it, I guess I'm not playing Final Fantasy 14.
Oh, really?
That was when I was trying to log into Square Enix. I was like, it won't let me reset the account. I don't know what the fuck to do.
I'll play Final Fantasy 14. Fuck yeah. Who wants to play Final Fantasy 14 with me? Raise your hands.
My boss was asking us, and you said no.
No, I want to play Final Fantasy after I graduate, for sure.
So, okay. That's the caveat after she graduates.
Liz Patrice says, speaking of being hacked by my eBay account was hacked yesterday, and the person spent over $600 in 5 minutes. It was so upsetting, but eBay was great with helping me.
Good.
Adam got his PlayStation account hacked, and they bought the shittiest games.
They spent $300 on the worst fucking games.
The worst games.
If they would have,
like, what kind of taste
bought
is
good
this?
games, I wouldn't have been.
They didn't even buy Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, and like I didn't own Grand Theft Auto. They bought like Saints Row, and I was just like, that game sucks compared to GTA. It's just so annoying.
Captain Baker says, this person is a creeper, and this is why I walk around with my keys between my fingers. Very good tip. If you guys are out, have to walk to your car, put your keys between your fingers so you can stab someone's eye out.
Also, good tip. If you're raising a boy, don't raise them to rape women. It'd be a pretty good thing if that would stop happening.
Yeah. Captain Big Eye says, does anyone else act out how they would defend themselves if they meet a creeper? I think about it all the time. I definitely would kick a lot. Because my legs are stronger than my upper body.
You should claw the fuck out of someone if they ever get attacked. Like, your nails are so sharp. They're like baby nails.
Baby nails.
You never heard about how sharp baby nails are?
No.
You will learn.
Elizabeth Tree says, it took my dad filing a restraining order to get him to stop. Then a few years ago, he tried to add me on Facebook under a different name. What a fucking weirdo.
Why are people so fucking
What a fucking
creepy?
weirdo. Oh my God.
Melissa over there on YouTube says, gosh, it's so scary. Sad face. Even if you don't outright tell people where you live, you can unknowingly leave breadcrumbs behind that someone can figure out for themselves. Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah, I realized on my Facebook or something, because memories pop up, right? I fucking would tag my house. I'd be like, oh, hanging out at home, and I would have fucking tagged my house. Because I was a fucking idiot when I was younger. Like, why the fuck? I know. Like oh my God, I was so stupid. Jackie over on YouTube says, my husband just bought my 5-foot short troll ass a ladder. I'm a paint while I listen.
Wow.
Aw, so cute.
Hang on. Glitch Grim says, Justin McElroy will be upset with you. Hashtag the claw is the law. I can't imagine
Elizabeth
Justin
Tree says,
McElroy
who is
actually
Justin
enjoys
McElroy?
them. He is a podcast host of my brother and me. He is also Taco and other characters on the Adventure Zone.
Someone was cosplayed at SAC Anime this past weekend, and Adam's like, oh my God, are you Taco? And she was like, nope.
She took off her wizard hat, which is what threw me.
And there were ears.
And there were cat ears. And she goes, I'm Garfield. I was like, that is fucking awesome. Because she was wearing a shirt that looked like she was an employee of Costco. And then I looked at her shirt and I realized it said Fantasy Costco. And I was like, fuck. I got so excited. I was so happy.
Elizabeth Tree says, Robin is light. I need to see that. No, you don't. It was awful. I was fucking 16. It was bad. It was so bad. Fucking just so bad.
Oh yeah, Justin also has Sawbones, and they did the Havana Syndrome the same day we did.
Nice. Maya over on YouTube says, I'm still obsessed with Twilight. Me too.
It really is.
I mean, I'm not like, oh my God, Twilight is the best thing ever, but I have bought Midnight Sun, and I have bought the edition of the Twilight book where it's like swapped, right? Gender swapped. I just... Ugh.
Glitch says,
they still take my money.
I don't do anything but be here, LOL, and I used to game with Adam until I became too much, LOL, JK. It's because I stopped playing Call of Duty, that's why. Too many hackers. I watched a pro tournament, and they had a hacker, at least one hacker, in every single game for 30 straight games. Dang. It's like, holy shit, man.
Maya says, I have a storage tub full of Twilight magazines, cups, toys from Burger King, rings, necklaces, posters. I did get rid of almost all my Twilight stuff, I think. The only things that I have now are the movies and the books and the graphic novels.
That's all, though.
That's all. I don't have any of the, physical, accessories, because I definitely fucking used to, especially when I worked at Borders and we were selling that stuff, I would definitely buy that shit.
Desert Tree says, I've never played Final Fantasy. I've always wanted to, though. Final Fantasy 14 is an MMO. Fantasy. I think all of the other ones except for 11 are single player JRPGs, and they're all really good. Radio Man says, good evening, Robin.
Hello.
And Adam and everyone. Hello.
Maya says, throat punch them, then hard.
Throat punch them hard, then the groin.
Oh, okay.
Elisa says, thumb to the eye sockets. I will say this to you as a dude. If you have a ball sack and you are hit in it, it is quite literally immobilizing. And sometimes you can get hit and keep going for a little bit, but eventually it'll put you down. But if you get a solid kick to a dude's nuts, they are incapacitated. It's just the way our body works. It is very, very painful, and you just kind of can't do anything. It kind of makes you curl over and fall down. And I would strongly recommend anyone in a situation where they need to defend themselves. Other punches, absolutely, but definitely try and hit them in the balls.
And of course, that's why I don't post any pics of myself on social media anymore. There is no security online, 100%. Captain Fake Guy says you can just Google me and find me. Well, you're a doctor, so there's that. I think most doctors are just online, right?
We're on this too.
Yeah, we're on this. Yeah. All right.
Lizardry says, I don't have Twitter. That's smart. Twitter is a cesspool of horrible, horrible people. Not really.
Yeah.
I don't go on Twitter very often because it's always people saying horrible things.
It is very hard to use Twitter for me because I don't really keep up with the people that I follow on Twitter.
Can you move those cozies? I can't see my desktop.
I follow a lot of different celebrities, different, I don't know, entities, right? But I don't really keep up with them. So I love Chris Evans, but I never see what he tweets, you know? I see what Stella Chu tweets all the time because she tweets a lot.
I gave up on Twitter because it never alerts me to when the people I want to follow post. But I get notifications for when people I've never seen before and don't follow post stuff randomly. So like for our Scaryish account, sometimes we'll get cosplayers and I'm just like, okay, cool. And then sometimes we just get
I think
like...
it's because I like cosplayers. So Scaryish recommends like, oh, so-and-so like this.
But then sometimes we just get straight up OnlyFans accounts that we don't follow, we've never looked at. And all of a sudden it's just like suggested, like you may like this. And then if I ever click on it, I'm like, what is this? I look, I'm like, oh, okay. And then in the comments, people are like, I don't know why I was brought here. And then on the Hear Us Out Network one, I get like AMC stock updates, which I never use that account at all. And then for Scene Missing, which I have, we just don't use right now. For that one, I wind up getting like completely different shit. And it's just like, and it seems like they just point you to stuff randomly. And I think a lot of times they point you to stuff that you're never actually looking for. And if you wind up finding something that you're not looking for, it's going to like generate problems. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to generate conflict by doing it. I could have just minimized this window and had all the...
I don't know why it even popped up.
Why this popped up?
No, why that window is up and not the...
So that I can run the ad like we always do.
Weird.
I'm about to run a 60-second ad, so thank you so much, Robin, for introing that. So if you're over there on Twitch and you're not a subscriber, you're about to get 60 seconds of ads. If you are a subscriber, no worries, or if you're on YouTube or Facebook.
Let's see. Lizard Tree says, I need Twitter so I can follow all the fam, and then was like, now I don't want Twitter. Linda, Suki Mom over on YouTube says, sing as taught by Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality, which is
solar plexus, instep, nose, groin.
Yeah. I love that movie. It's so good. It's so good.
It's a good movie.
Captain Fake Eye says, pro tip for creepers, use the heel of your hand and forcibly break their nose. It'll drive their nasal bone into their brain. That'll definitely stop them. I believe it. Oh, Adam today, this has nothing to do with stalkers and beating the shit out of them, but Adam today was like, what the fuck is up with Blue's Clues?
Oh, yeah. No, we need to put that on the show. Save that for before your next one. Because, like, I need to be explained the Blue's Clues thing. I know what Blue's Clues is. It's not like with Zaboomafoo. So I just know that... Okay, we'll get into it with the show. So IMB Trinus is going to try and check back for marbles.
All right.
So, cool. Lots of folks saying that... Oh, lots of folks. One person said they were ad-free. Glitch says, I play other games. Adam, gah, I don't. So... all right, I think that's just about right for seconds. Yep, okay, so the ad is over. Go ahead and click. So let's go ahead and jump into the next email, and then we'll talk about Blue's Clues.
So, do you want me to talk about...
Just do an intro back from the break, and then I'll jump in.
All right, welcome to the other side of the episode, or the other side of these groups of stories.
So, before we move forward into the next email... I wanted Robin to explain something to me, but I decided that I was going to wait for the show. So I've mentioned before that growing up, there's a lot of programs I didn't watch that Robin did. And this is one I have heard of. So I noticed that people are posting a bunch about Blue's Clues. And I'm not exactly sure what Blue's Clues was. I have an idea, and I have an idea of why people are posting now. But I figured it would be best if you just explain it to me.
All right, Blue's Clues was a kid's show. And the main character was Steve. And Steve was just this guy, wore like a green striped shirt, and he liked to, to draw on his little notepad. He had a blue dog named Blue. So,
was the dog real or was the dog animated?
It was an animated dog. Everything was animated. The house was animated. The only thing that was real was Steve.
Okay.
And he had like a notebook, cute little notebook, and his pencil or crayon or whatever he drew with, right? And you would just go around trying to look for clues that what Blue was trying to tell you, right? Every episode. And
was he investigating murders?
No. It's like Blue would want something. So he would like put his paw print, a blue paw print, on stuff that points you in the direction of what he wants to do.
Okay, so he wasn't like taking semen to the lab or anything like that. None of those clues.
Ew. Fucking gross.
I was thinking like CSI. We're clearing things up. Keep going.
But he would, for every clue, he would draw in his little notebook a picture of the clue. So he was a sick ass artist too. But one day Steve left, right? One day Steve was like, I'm going off to college. See you later. Hops on. He introduces his brother. So he's like, this is my brother Joe. He's going to be your new best friend. I'm going off to college. He hops on a bus. He never sees Steve again.
Okay. That's intense.
And so Joe...
It's like when that Mountie died in that one really bad Canadian show.
No.
What was his name? Jack?
Jack.
What's the show? When Calls the Heart?
Oh, fuck. When that... I don't even want...
Spoilers, if you just started that show. Strap on.
But, well, that actor, he went on to do other stuff. Like, he was in The Rookie and stuff like that, so I'm not too sad.
Steve?
But... No!
Get
the
back
guy
to Blue's
from When Calls
Clues.
the Heart.
I don't care about that
Okay,
show.
Anyway. So, Joe takes over, and this is like late 1990s, okay, that this show came out. And so Joe takes over, and it's been 20 years, okay, since the show ended, I think. Just about 20 years. And a video just came out of Steve kind of explaining what happened. And so he's in his green striped shirt. I think he's bald now. But he was wearing like a baseball cap or something in the video. But he's just explaining, you know, life is hard. Things happen. Let me explain like why I left. I went off to college. I lived my life just like all of you. You guys are starting your own families. You went to school and it's hard. Things are hard. Life is hard. And it's just really heartwarming. And
this part sounds depressing.
But he's just saying like, couldn't have gotten here without everybody's help, without all your help. You know, he's like in character a little bit, you know, and he's just like, and I'm glad that I can reach out to you this way, and that we're still friends, and it's really cute and it's precious for somebody who like grew up with the show. It's just really sweet.
I got on Instagram before the show and I tapped on stories just to see what people are posting, because a lot of people that I follow have like small businesses, so if they post something I try and interact with it. And I'm like clicking through and I'm like, who the fuck is this dude in this green shirt? And I'm just like, all right, cool. And then like I get to the next person, same thing. Next person, same. It's like 6 in a row of people of varying ages, from someone older than me to someone at least 10 years younger than me. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Who is this dude and why is he everywhere?
His name is Steve.
Now I know. So thank you for explaining that, because I know at least one person listening to this besides me at some point this week was probably like, who the fuck is Steve? So
well, like you'll hear me and Liz singing the songs from Blue's Clues sometimes, like when the mail comes or whatever. You never hear us sing the song, here's the mail, it never fails. You know. No. Okay, it's cute.
I've never heard you sing that, is what I'm saying. I also don't know that song.
It's all such it's the show's cute, but it just made a lot of people like emotional how he just posted this video and all this stuff.
Nostalgia.
But yeah.
And plus it's nice to hear someone say nice things.
Yeah.
So cool. So before we get into this next one, I'm gonna toss
you
out...
said that last time, and then we started talking about Blue's Clues.
I'm doing it again. Before we get into this next one, I have to toss out a recommended disclaimer from Spooky Mom. She said, hey, there's this story. It's really good, but I think it's kind of like R-rated. And I was like, the first thing that popped in my head is like, is there fucking? But it's my mom. So I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, just say it's R-rated. That way people know, like, if they're listening with their kids, to not listen to this particular story.
All right.
And I was like, all right, cool. And I asked her, who's it from? And she said, it's from Faye. And I said, okay, cool.
It's gotta be medical.
Faye's a medical doctor, and I trust her implicitly. So I'm excited to hear about all the fucking in this story, because I don't know what else. It could be murder.
We talked about this. No hentai in the sheets.
No hentai. So there's definitely probably murder and cocaine in this story. So either way, let's go ahead and jump in there and find out, because I am dying to know. Cool.
All right. So, obviously, this one is from Faye, and it begins, hi, Evan Rodham. That's not my fucking name. Hold on. I drank too much.
Did you have your 6 drinks? I finished my 6.
Okay.
Well, you were telling me about Steve and Blue.
Hold on. I can't even put the cup to my mouth the right
My
way.
mom, here's the thing. My mom was trying not to spoil the story for me, because we really don't read these beforehand. So now I was like, why is it R-rated? She's just like, it just is. So I'm like speculating wildly on what could be in this.
All right. Hi, Adam and Robin and
Hello.
Spooky Mom. Hello. She shouts hello from her. Well, where does she go now? Basement?
She lives in the attic. You know that. We
thought it was
feed
the
her a
basement.
bucket of fish heads
I thought you
once a
chucked
week.
it down.
No.
Do you chuck it up?
No, you have to put it into an air vent. You're never home when I do this.
Today's story time is more funny than scary, but I would like to think that it was pretty scary to be in the audience when this occurred. I also don't have many scary stories myself, but know a lot of scary stories from the medical field, which I believe are absolutely terrifying. CW, what is that? Content warning, erectile dysfunction.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Now we know what's up or not.
All right. So
That was a good joke. I can't believe you didn't react to that.
Oh,
joke.
I get it. Erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
What? Yeah, it's just like that line from Forrest Gump. Life is like a limp dick. You never know what's going to happen.
You're stupid.
Thank you.
Shut up. Okay. That's fucked up. Okay. You make me laugh. Look, my eyes are so squinty I can't even see. Okay. I'd like to tell you all the story of Dr. Giles Brindley and the moment in fuck.
You're saying it right.
Fuck, I know. Let me reread it though.
I'm so happy people can't see this right now. Fuck you.
And the moment in your urological history when he introduced effective medical therapy for erectile dysfunction. If that sounds boring to you, just wait. Picture this. The year's 1983, and the setting was the American Urological Association annual meeting in a Las Vegas hotel ballroom. Cue Adam.
Y'all remember 1983, right? Everyone's using that joke today.
A large group of urologists and their partners were gathered to hear the evening program from the Urodynamics Society. The first speaker was Dr. Giles Brindley, a well-respected British neurophysiologist. As it was an evening lecture in a ballroom, most people were wearing fancy suits and evening gowns. However, Dr. Brindley was wearing what appeared to be a regular tracksuit when he stepped up to the podium. While this caused some whispers, his lecture seemed to start off normally enough. Since it was the American Urological Association, the most exciting thing was that his slides showed many pictures of the human penis in various stages of arousal after being injected with phenozibenzamine,
That sounds good.
an antihypertensive medicine that relaxes the muscles in blood vessels. Unfortunately for the audience, Dr. Brindley then revealed that the organ in the slides was actually his hormone. This caused a few...
Hang on. I have to turn this microphone that you're leaning away from now towards you.
This caused a few more murmurs, and those watching appeared visibly disturbed. However, Dr. Brindley did not appear satisfied with the audience's response. He then proceeded to tell the audience that he had again injected himself with the same medicine just prior
I knew he
to
was
the
wearing
lecture.
that tracksuit to show off his boner.
And given how boring the lecture was, there was no way that anything else could have caused these subsequent results. At this point, one of the urologists, named Dr. Klotz, remembered thinking, "Oh my God, he's not going to do what I think he's going to do, is he?" Subsequently, Dr. Brindley stepped out from behind the podium and turned to the side, revealing a bulge at the front of his pants. He then looked down at his handiwork and turned in several directions in order to achieve the optimal viewing angle for the entire audience.
Gaze upon my boner and tremble.
Sounds hot. Still dissatisfied with the audience's reaction, Brindley then pulled his track pants tightly against his groin and arched his back, hoping to give the audience an even better view. Apparently, at this point, Dr. Brindley began to talk to himself and shake his head in frustration over the lack of enthusiasm. Some of the urologists there also recalled some members of the audience disputing the findings.
You're not hard!
At this point, Dr. Giles became quite agitated and mumbled, "Oh well," before pulling his pants down.
Oh hell.
Oh hell. Either way, he pulled his fucking pants down. Then, Then, so as to convince the non-believers in the room, he stepped down from the podium and strode toward the audience to give everyone an even better view of his successful experiment. Apparently, he then encouraged the audience to come take a closer look and even touch his quote-unquote experiment if they still had doubts. Chaos ensued. Some there recalled women in the audience fainting and some screaming at this very non-traditional turn of events in science. Needless to say, this lecture immediately changed the scientific thoughts on treating erectile dysfunction. As soon as the next day, doctors were prescribing the injection to their patients. The next day. Was it like FDA approved yet? The scariest part of the story, those injections had to be localized to the area to work. Yup. It's a needle in the dick, my friends.
Ouch.
Now you may ask, what did Dr. Brindley have to say about this turn of events? In an email, he stated that, quote, I had no intention of displaying it, end quote. But one physician, quote, dismissed my reasons and pressed me to do so. I don't think he foresaw at all how much trouble it would cause, end quote. And that, spooky friends, is how the urological community came to the consensus on how to treat erectile dysfunction with medicines that relax the blood vessels. Yep, that's what Viagra does. Interesting. I did not know that.
Oh, yeah. I knew that Viagra was discovered by accident because it was originally blood pressure medication.
Oh.
Supposedly going to, like, reduce people's blood pressure by relaxing whatever muscles that wound up just being... And, like, during the trials, everyone started getting boners. And they're like, oh, oops. Also, yay.
Thank you so much for all you do on this podcast and creating this great community, Captain Fake Eye. Thank you so much for sending that to us. Oh, also, there's an article included on it. Oh, imagine going to that and just like I would in this day and age, I feel like there would be people in the back just like laughing. That are just like,
I think
happening?
People would have been outraged in this day and age. I'd have been like, those are not the rules of the game. You gotta be sneaky. You can't just pull down your pants and go, look at my dick.
Anyway.
That's a joke from the movie Waiting, where they play a game where they trick people into looking at their junk in different various ways, shapes, and forms.
I just remember some girl does it, and there's like a lollipop stuck in her junk.
No.
What?
It's just like, let's just skip over that part. Because you're remembering it inaccurately. Okay. And I don't want to get too deeply deep. Let's keep moving. Okay. So, anyways, that was pretty hilarious. And I definitely would have been terrified if I would have been in that audience. So, good stuff.
I would be laughing the whole time, just laughing.
All right. Good stuff. So let's look over into Stream Chat, see what you wonderful folks had to say. Lizardry said, Steve made me cry. Laura Ann says, I saw the Steve video. It was super cute. Enzo Matrix said it made me tear up for sure. Laura Ann says, Steve and I went to the same college, but not at the same time. Which says, Steve left us. I mean, I understand, but why, Steve? Why?
Aw, Winter Girl says, I had a Blue's Clues computer game. Lizardry says, here's the mail. It never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail. No.
Wow. Winter Girl says, I bawled my eyes out in all caps. And of course said, I didn't watch Blue's Clues. I think I'm too old. I'm 36, so it sounds like around the time it was coming out, I was like...
It was like Nick Jr.
Don't even know what that is.
Okay, yeah.
So I was probably like 13 to 15 around that time. So I was just probably fresh in high school. I was in high school when I was 13 to 14, I think. I can't remember. So either way.
Winter Girl says his handy dandy notebook. That's what he called it. He was like, let me whip out my handy dandy notebook.
I think it's cool. I don't know if it was like... I don't know if it was done because of the show or if the actor just decided like, I'm just going to record something that will make people feel a little bit better about the fact that being an adult fucking sucks. So, interesting. Enzo Matrix says, I'm 35 and I watched it, so you're only a year younger than me. Lauren says, okay, I don't feel bad anymore. I'm 33. Captain Vegas says, I'm 31 and watched it. I think the cutoff must be between 35 and 36.
Winter Girl says, he really left because he was balding and was having a hard time hiding it. Yeah, because he had like dark black hair. And once you're getting older, right, it's harder to hide that, especially on a TV show that is literally zoomed in on your face.
Captain Vegas says, did anyone watch Zoom on PBS? I have never heard of it.
I did watch Zoom. Yeah. The Zoom Kids. It was just like a show with a bunch of kids that did stuff. Captain Big Eye says Wishbone was so good. I loved Wishbone.
As was Reading Rainbow was the second part of that message.
I watched Between the Lions on PBS. Between the Lines was really cute. What is that one show with the dragons? Dragon Tales. I watched. Did you watch Dragon Tales?
I remember Dragon Tales, but I did
Dragon
not watch
Tales. The freaking song for Dragon Tales is really good too.
Me and you and Dragon Tales.
No.
Nailed it.
That's the Boobafoo.
Maya says, makes me want to wag my tail and whale mail. Lister says, Dora isn't that old, right? It's pretty old. Or excuse me, it's pretty new. I remember hearing
Dora's new.
I remember hearing about Dora when my friends had kids. So Dora's new enough where it's like it started up when like my friends started having babies.
I was old enough to make fun of Dora when I was when it first came out. So because I just remembered like you really think just yelling at this fox to like swipe or no swiping is really gonna have him like, oh, guess I'm not gonna fucking no.
I've never seen an episode of Dora.
Oh my god, really?
So I wouldn't know. Yeah, I've also never seen SpongeBob. So when SpongeBob came out, I think I was cleared of high school at this point. I think I was already in college, but I can't remember. Gonna keep scrolling. Way. Someone said, "Yay, face story." Someone look up when SpongeBob came out. You have something in your eye. I want to get it. Lean this way.
Ah!
Okay, cool. I'll poke you in the eye, you idiot. What's wrong with you? Now you're squinting so hard it's trapped in there.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
It's gross. Captain Fake Guy says, it's definitely a little R-rated. It was PG-13 until he took out his dick. I was like, this isn't bad. Oh, his dick is out. It's R. Winner Girl 93 said, at Scaryish. Robin, what about Out of the Box?
Out of the box. Out of the box.
Lisa over there in YouTube says, haha, might be that someone, quote, slipped and fell on something. Scrolling. Captain Vegas is medically R-rated, just saying. Snark says, lady bits. Captain Vegas says, no, boy bits.
Why did you say it like that?
Why wouldn't I?
Winter Girl says, like, the big comfy couch. The big comfy couch was cute, but the girl just looked so scary. I don't know why. She was just terrifying looking for me. Laura Ann said, lol, life is like a limp dick. I think that's so dumb. Oh my god.
Captain Vegas says, this is the best moment of medical history. Not Jonas Salk curing polio. It's this for sure.
Liz Patrice says, so many dick pics. Imagine just being like, look at this. Look at this. Yep. Hold on. I gotta take a picture from this angle. Gotta take a picture from this angle. I gotta let's fluff this up. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this doctor's nuts.
Andre over there on YouTube says, man was trying to turn his junk into art. That's so funny.
I'm sure you even like manscaped and everything.
Lister says, is this the start of Viagra? And Kevin Vegas says, yup, this is the start of Viagra. Lisa says, just because he could, he didn't stop to think if he should. LOL. That's so good.
Oh, fuck.
Where the hell is Jeff Goldblum? Boners find a way.
No, they don't.
Keep scrolling. Apparently this one did.
Oh my god, my spine just popped.
Liz Tree says, does the article include the pics?
Oh my god.
Captain Fake Guy posted the pic. That's hilarious. Winter Girl says, Adam, it was angry. So angry.
Oh my god.
That's funny. Linda Diaz says, yes, Zoom. I don't remember Zoom. My mom remembers Zoom, but I don't remember Zoom.
SpongeBob came out in 1999.
Yeah, I was 14. So I was 10. Either a freshman or a sophomore in high school. Because I started college. I started high school at 13. And then when I was 14, my freshman year was over. Because I started my senior year at 17. And I just turned 18 when I graduated.
Okay. I was 10. I was old enough to watch SpongeBob. Or young enough to watch SpongeBob, I guess, in this case.
Someone says May 1st, 1998. That's Glitch. It's going against the grain. Everyone else says SpongeBob came out in 99. Keep scrolling. Linda, my mom, Spooky Mom says, Spooky Mom and Spooky Aunt speak ubby-dubby, which I still don't know. It's like you have to just adjust the words. It's like Pig Latin almost.
Oh, okay. Yes. I have heard of that before.
Andre says, probably the first ever dick pic in history. I would dispute that as soon as pictures were available, I guarantee you the fucking photographer was like, all right, no one else is in here. I stand there for 30 seconds. I'm going to shuffle over there and take my pants off.
Because I think, like, as soon as people could take photos, even if it took, like, 2 minutes for one photo, you had to stay there and, like, not move, right? I'm sure some guy probably was like, hold on, let me just stay here for 2 minutes. and just like really focus, and I'm gonna keep it this way for 2 minutes. Hurry up!
Looks
and
like
snap
he's powering
the
up
photo.
in Dragon Ball Z. Just trying to maintain it. It's just a sad blur.
No, it's so sad. Okay. Oh my god.
Cat Vegas says that LBW, it's adding ubba after all vowels. That's nowhere to keep track of the vowels. Like, how would you say the word vowel? Vowubba, owlubba. Like, I don't get it.
I don't even know.
I'll just stick with Pig Latin.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
Maya says, I was a 6th grader and my nephew was born that year and became obsessed with SpongeBob. My nephew is 20. So, yeah.
I love SpongeBob. SpongeBob's good.
Glitch says November 19th, 1969, date of the
Shut
first dick
up.
pic.
Are you serious?
No, there's no way.
Okay,
I guarantee
okay.
there was dick pics before that. It's no way. All right, so we are caught up with chat. I'm going to go ahead and move on into the final email of the show by marking it. All right, what a wonderful, entertaining, and educational story that
Super
was.
Educational.
We're going to move into the last homegrown horror of this episode, and it is from Shane, and it starts out like this. Its subject is, Adam, please read on the pod. So I guess I'm the one reading it. Starts out like this. Hey, Adam and Robin.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for the podcast. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining us.
All
No,
right,
I'm kidding.
you. Bye.
That's just how it starts. Thanks for the podcast. You are welcome. Thank you for listening. It's the only one I listen to, being introduced to you by my wife. No shout out to Spotify. I listen through Google Podcasts. Shout out to Google Podcasts. Why not?
Google Podcasts, I really enjoy, actually.
I do too. I just wish it would save my progress if I switch between devices that I'm listening on. That's it.
That's the problem I've had with it too.
As I type this, I am currently listening to episode 22 after 2 weeks. That being said, my name is Shane, and feel free to share this on the pod. Like Adam, I'm a logical skeptic, and before this, had never really acknowledged strange things around me growing up. But I was introduced to the, quote, boy at my wife's, in parentheses then, girlfriend's, father's old condo. While there for the first time, we were sitting in the dining room talking, and I noticed something out of the corner of my eye downstairs in the basement area. Sorry, Robin. The basement area was only about 4 stairs down from the dining room. There was a bathroom, a spare bedroom, and the open lounge area. Nice, a furnished basement. That's what I'm all about.
Nice.
But back to the story. I noticed something and turned towards it. Her father said, "Yo, dog, it's just the boy who lives here with us," which was strange because I knew he did not have a young child living with him. Later, my then girlfriend explained her dad's perception of the presence of a little boy's spirit in the condo. Fast forward a few months, and we are staying at her dad's with her boys, 1 and 3 at the time, while we are waiting to get into our apartment. We had stayed a few nights already and had experienced little corner of the eye experiences. One night, we were all sleeping in the spare room, having a good time sharing a bunk bed with the boys. That night, I got woken up with what I thought was one of them, the boys, crawling on the bed to snuggle up with us.
Too bad it was the terrifying one.
They crawled up my left side, then up over my head on my pillow. This sounds like a dog.
Sounds like a cat.
I thought this was weird, and I go to sit up and reposition myself. As I open my eyes, the pressure on my pillow vanishes, and I cannot move. Sleep paralysis is something I had never experienced, and to this day, I haven't to that extent again. Needless to say, I was fucking terrified. So I scanned the room and noticed the quote-unquote boy standing at the foot of the bed, holding hands with a womanly figure. They were both in the form of shadow people, and the boy was looking at the woman, and the woman was looking at me.
Yeah, 2-for-1 special.
I totally just got goosebumps thinking of that. During all of it, I was frozen, goosebumps, that tingling feeling when your limb falls asleep, but over my entire body, and of course the pressure on my chest making it hard to breathe. But this woman gave me the feeling like she was holding me there to prevent me from getting up. When she broke her gaze, they both turned to walk out of the door and just vanished. At this point, I sit up and take some deep breaths and try my best not to wake anyone up. I'll be like, everyone wake up! We're fucking leaving right now!
But you have 2 little kids, too. You know, you can't just scare them
you're goddamn
like that.
right. I would pick them both up with one in each hand, throw them in whatever vehicle I had, and nope the fuck out.
You'd pull a Haunting at Hill House?
Fuck yeah, I would. Just toss them over. I'd be like, babe, get up. And I'd be kicking you like, let's go. All right, I'm going to keep going to see what he did. I got up and checked on the boys. They are all good and nothing out of place, so I decided to just go back to sleep. The next day when I told my then girlfriend, who is very connected to weird shit like spirits, she told me that her dad had already told her about the woman's spirit that regularly sneezes in the basement. She had never told me about the woman or the sneezing. Sorry for the long story, but I am glad to be able to share with people who don't mock.
The sneezing means someone's got to dust.
That's funny.
She's like in the basement, like, y'all got to clean up down here.
All right. I don't know why you gave her a southern accent, but cool.
I don't know. Because she's in this.
It says because she's down a little bit. She's 4 steps down, therefore she's southern. All right. It says P.S.
Basements are more than 4 steps down.
He said in the fucking email it's 4 steps down.
Okay, fine.
Jesus, pay attention. P.S. Not a paranormal thing, just a fucked up thing that I wanted to share. At age 7, I convinced my mom to let me stay up and watch Nightmare on Elm Street with her.
At 7?
Why?
That's a bad idea.
My dad went to bed early. He ended up coming into my room while I was sleeping and started a chainsaw. Yeah, that was fun. There's no chainsaws in Nightmare on Elm Street. A few years later, I convinced my mom to watch Friday the 13th. Of course, my dad goes to bed early and all the lights were off in the house. My dad dressed in all black and opens my door wearing a glowing Jason mask and just stands in my doorway, not saying a word. I yell at him and tell him it's not funny. I turn around with my blankets over my head. Side note, it was an old creaky house and I didn't hear anything before he came into the room or when he left.
That wasn't your dad.
You guys are great and keep on creeping on. Thank you so much for sending that in. It's hilarious when parents do stuff like that. Because it's like your kid's trying to be brave and confront these scary things, but they also know that your kid's going to get scared and probably have nightmares. So it's like, why help when you can just make them worse? Which is really funny. Nightmare on Elm Street fucked me up, dude. That made me so scared.
I didn't watch scary movies growing up. I think one of the only ones I watched was The Ring. Wow,
that was out like late.
Yeah, because my mom's thing was watching horror movies fucks your brain up and invites bad things into your life.
I don't know about that.
So
it feels like watching the news does that nowadays. So, but either way, thank you so much for sending those in. We really appreciate it. All right, let's look over in Stream Chat and see what you folks had to say for that one. That was fun though. All right, scroll. Cat in Vegas says, "I'm sorry, Spooky Mom, for having to read that story." She liked it. She did. Jada over there in YouTube says, "I wasn't even born yet when SpongeBob came out, but the old episodes are the best. I had a CD of the soundtrack when I was little. LOL, it was the only thing I would listen to." That's hilarious.
My sister and I still do that. When we're sitting around sometimes, we'll just listen to SpongeBob songs. Glitch says...
Shout out to Ross Sosa, who just followed us over there on Twitch. Thank you so much.
Oh shit, Rothman! Glitch said the first dick pic to the moon, actually. What the fuck? Andre says, that's a sign of nope.
Lisa says...
I'm gonna assume it's about your story, right?
Yeah, I'm sure. Lisa says, I listened to you guys on Spotify, but I was actually introduced to Scaryish through a YouTuber's recommendation.
Jessica Braun, probably.
I was going to say, Jessica Braun strikes again. Thank you so much, Jessica Braun.
Andre says 2 for Tuesdays.
Wow.
Everyone wants a little extra ghost in their life.
Captain Vegas says, what the fuck? This story is so scary. Like, the image of the ghost you're expecting looking up at a different ghost holding its hand and that ghost just fucking staring daggers at you is terrifying. Lauren says, I want to go to Japan so bad. Captain Vegas says, Japan is amazing. It's made for type A people like me. I totally agree. Mike over there in YouTube says, let's hear a hot take on John Mulaney and his antics. I have no idea what's going on with John Mulaney, actually. So
nope.
I'll have to look it up and then let you know. Although I can tell you I love John Mulaney's stand-up. I've always thought he was absolutely hilarious. So
apparently there's him doing something not good now, though. Captain Fake Eye says, me looking down at the timetable for the train, there's no way that train is leaving at 7:27. That's an estimate. Me at 7:27. The train started moving. Oh my god.
I just love how much of Japanese culture, especially when you're in like downtown Tokyo or Shinjuku is where we stayed, right? Is like everything just sort of geared towards not inconveniencing another person because it just makes society run smoother.
Well,
everybody why I just knows, think that all that stuff works.
Like everybody knows, stand on one side of the escalator.
You're on the escalator and you're not going to walk. Stand to the left. If you're going to walk up the escalator, you can go to the right, and there's enough space. And the escalators are narrower than they are in the United States.
We got back to LA or whatever, and we're just like, everyone is standing in the middle of the walkway
Blocking
on
it.
both sides,
And the walkway's
talking
so
to each
fucking
other.
wide that you can pull
And
your bag.
we're like, why don't you just stand on one side so everybody else can get past? But you guys are rude as fuck and just standing in the middle of this walkway. Like, oh god, it's so annoying.
Andre says, hearing noises in your basement, that's their basement now.
Pretty much,
hilarious.
fuck that shit. I'm not going in there. Captain Figure says, me on the next train that was 5 minutes late. Whatever, this is normal. The conductor goes to every train car, bows, and apologizes for the train being late.
It's like, that'll make you later.
So stinking cute. Everyone was so nice there too. I don't think we had rude people when I wore a tank top. That was the only time we had rude people. Everyone else was just so fucking nice the entire time. Because if you didn't know, tattoos are like Yakuza, you know? All right. Tiny Dance Nation says, there's another kind of made up language like Pig Latin where you replace all vowels with oob. What? How would you even, like, how would you say anything? I don't even know how that would work. Maya says, Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween really messed me up. I can't watch it without the light on and keep my door closed. Dark hallways freak me out. Enzo Matrix says, Mulaney is amazing. Glitch says, John Mulaney got Olivia Munn pregnant. Yes, the chick from G4. Yes, I remember that. I fucking love G4. But I only watched...
I think he was married, but I haven't heard a stand-up of his in like 4 or 5 years, so...
What was the show that had... Oh my god.
Attack of the Show?
It wasn't Attack of the Show. It was...
No, that's the only show I've ever heard of. I never even watched G4.
What the fuck? Oh, those two hosts. They were so funny.
Yeah, I'm like looking at all these pictures and I'm not seeing him
Damn it,
with
I wish I remembered.
Olivia Munn. I'm seeing him with, I think, his first wife. Also, like what I'm seeing here is about some interview he had where he talked about how upset he was when he walked in on his own intervention, which if you've listened to his stand-up, you kind of knew that's probably going to be a thing because he was like a blackout alcoholic for most of his life.
Real?
So, yeah, but
Dang.
I'll have to read up more about it before I give a hot take on it. All right, just gonna keep scrolling here.
Captain Fake Eye says, I'm very OCD about time. No. Elizabeth Tree says, I'm very OCD about time. But it does remind me that we need to talk to Captain Fake Eye about some spooky con
I should also
stuff.
warn anyone going to SpookyCon, Robin is not OCD about time. Robin is just like, whatever it happens, it happens.
Yeah, but we're with Captain Fake Eye the entire time, so our life is in your hands.
Captain Fake Eye. Making Robin run on time is a task that I have not been able to complete in 10 years, so you can
Scroll
do it.
down.
More power to you. Did you read this one yet? Or these
No,
ones?
I haven't read.
Winter Girl over there in
Girls
Twitch
one.
says, when I was little and Are You Afraid of the Dark was on, she explained to me that the people on the show are just acting and that they take off their makeup and go home at night. As long as I understood that, I was allowed to watch whatever.
Nice.
That is smart. My parents started telling me like, oh, you know, Freddy Krueger is Robert Englund. He's an actor. He's actually really nice. I'm like, cool. He haunts my fucking dreams.
Liz Tree says, I did a project on Japanese etiquette in high school. It's even on YouTube somewhere.
Nice. Maya says,
I already read that.
When I was in high school, YouTube didn't exist. So I'll keep scrolling.
You didn't have YouTube in high school?
No. YouTube did not
What year-
exist.
What year did you graduate?
2003.
Are you sure it didn't exist?
If it did, it was like so small time, no one was going to it.
Because
yet.
I remember when I was in high school, I was watching like Smosh videos and stuff.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if that was on YouTube.
I don't
or
know
not,
what the fuck Smosh is. I think what we had when I was in high school was E-Bombs World. That's where like all the videos lived. And there was 2 spots, funny and like extreme. And extreme was always like people getting hurt. So Suck a Fool over there and you said, hey, how late am I? Pretty late. We're already done with the stories. We're about to move into Marbles on Stream.
Andre says X-Play. That's the one. I used to watch X-Play like every single day. Ross Sosa says G4 is coming back. X-Play. Fuck yes. X-Play is the one that I used to watch because it had... I wish I remembered what the 2 hosts were. But they've hosted other gaming events since. Yeah, I freaking love those 2. They're so funny. G4 is coming back, huh? Are they going to be a channel or are they going to be like a thing on a different channel? I wonder.
Trying to move over our chat into a new window because we're going to get marbles rolling here. All right. Lisa says, I've seen the pictures where people are being squeezed into the subway in Japan. It gives me anxiety.
We never experienced that the entire time
I mean,
we
it's
were there.
crowded, but we were never on a train where they had to like push people into the train.
But we never went on the train that early either. I think the earliest we ever got on a train was like 9.
No, we totally got up at like 7 a couple of times.
No.
So we couldn't sleep. Yeah.
There's no way.
For sure.
Nothing was open yet.
No, I'm pretty sure when we were traveling to other cities, we were getting up really early. All right, so let's go ahead and move into Marbles and see if it shows up. Marbles has been doing whatever the fuck it wants to recently. There we go. Type an exclamation point vote, then a space, and the number corresponds to the track you would like to race.
Liz Tree says, I don't even know what G4 is.
It was a channel where you had mostly gaming-related stuff. So, Snark says, checked him into rehab for coke addiction, got out, divorced his wife, and knocked up Olivia Munn. It's a lot of stuff all at once, so...
Is this Olivia Munn's first kid?
I don't know. She was dating Aaron Rodgers for a while, I think. So,
I don't know.
Probably. Liz Tree says, I have so many tattoos, but most of them are Studio Ghibli. Nice.
They do not care if you have a cute-ass character. It's like a tattoo is a tattoo.
Mike says YouTube didn't exist in 2003, and Jessie over there on YouTube says YouTube started in 2005.
Yo! Oh my god.
Damn, John.
Wow.
Mooney. It's a lot of shit to be going through. Like, when I used to listen to his stand-up, he had a bit when he was very early on about, like, all the antics he used to do when he was blackout drunk, and it's like, clearly he had a very addictive personality, so... It's sad that all that stuff has happened, and I hope he gets better, and it's really sad that he divorced his wife, too. So.
Yeah. Captain Fake Eye says, if you want to go to a spa or bathhouse, you have to cover up your tattoos. There's no way I'm going to be able to cover up all my tattoos. Physically impossible. That's why I would want to do, like, a private, like, a room that has a private, what are those fucking onsen? Like, an onsen inside your room, which I'm sure are very expensive. Let's see. Laura Ann says, I have one on my wrist and one on my ankle. I could try to cover them up somehow or just go to places that don't care. For those small ones, you just put a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
And no one will be none the wiser, right? People will be none the wiser. But like for me, I have tattoos across my entire back and my entire arm. There's no putting a bandage on that. There's no way. Physically impossible.
Yeah, and another thing, too, when it comes to the tattoos and, like, people not caring over there in Japan, typically the places you can go where tattoos are acceptable are, like, thought to be more dangerous because they allow, like, Yakuza there, which is what I've been told.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. Maya says, I didn't know about Amazon or YouTube till 2011. What? Suckapool says, Adam doesn't know Smosh?
Never heard of it.
It's It kind of went downhill. It went downhill after they made a movie. They made a movie where one of the guys just said penultimate constantly. It was like a movie about a ghost, and it was so stupid. It was dumb.
All right, this track's name is Few Will Survive, which I like the sound of. Average time, minute 37. Record time, 56 seconds, and we have not raced it. Let's jump in there. Mike over there in YouTube says, also, People Under the Stairs is a stupid movie Chan likes. I remember People Under the Stairs. I also hated People Under the Stairs, so I am with you on that one, Mike. Also, tell Chan I said hello, and I miss you both dearly.
Andre says, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb. Those are the two that hosted X-Play, and they're so funny together, and they're just good hosts. 911 Girl says, Adam and Robin, we should watch the new James... Oops, hold on. Adam and Robin, we should watch the new James Bond movie tonight, or not tonight, Malignant this weekend or next. I'm down.
At least a James Bond movie, and then you said Malignant, I was like, wait... That is not James Bond. Exclamation point play to join the race right now. But you're going to have to be in Twitch. Don't forget, right now we have 12 marbles. We know there's more of you out there watching the show right now on Twitch.
Also, don't forget, it's September. Get your subs in. Let's see. Enzo Matrix asked if a DBZ tattoo would be allowed. No tattoos. It doesn't matter how cute it is. It doesn't matter at all. They just equate tattoos to Yakuza. It's bad. One
girl said, in high school I had a friend who started an endangered species club, and this documentary she picked for us to watch. This grown man was on a grassy hill mountain thing. Next thing I know, the dude is in his birthday suit and pounces over a rock like a cat, but the camera angle is from behind. That's weird.
Was it just like butthole swinging dong? You know what I mean?
Winter Girl said we call it the endangered pecker.
What the fuck? Let's see. Chungster says G4 is already back. What channel is it on?
All right, we only have 16 marbles for this first race, but we are off to the races. So we shall see what this track looks like and why it's called Few Will Survive. Oh, it's probably because of the staircase. We've totally raced this one before. It's just a new season. So right now, it says the Snark is in the lead, but it kind of looks like Enzo Matrix and I are battling it out for who's going to get through this hole first.
Let's see. Glitch says, I graduated 2005, and it wasn't YouTube, so... Oh, and there wasn't really YouTube. So weird to think about that. Yeah, now YouTube is fucking everywhere.
We're on YouTube right now.
Nefcore says, you can look up what bathhouses are tattoo friendly. I think there are maybe only a handful that do allow it. Yeah, it's few and far between.
All right. Robin is in first place right now, and she's about to hit this ramp and hopefully not fall off. Ooh, she almost did, but she got stopped by the fan blade. Let's watch everyone else hit their first jump and see what happens.
Why did you sound like Morty there?
That's not Morty. I love Morty. Kayla Ray Reeds, Laura Ann, and ASB Bunny have taken a different path. God Wretch decided to try and make their way down the staircase.
Bye.
Robin and we just all fell the fuck off.
Andre says, I am Cowpea. Oh, is there one of those balls named Cowpea in there? Hot.
Why is it still moving?
I don't know. What are you doing?
I don't know. It was weird. I can't scroll on the chat right now. Oh, the thing actually moves. Congratulations, Laura Ann, for taking home the victory. Kayla Ray Reeds comes in second. Lots of folks are falling off trying to make it in right now. So we only have, geez Louise, a few people that might actually finish. Glitch might make it in. No, we only had 2 people that have survived so far. Tiny Dancer Nation is going to be the last one. And it's funny because Tiny Dancer Nation was, up until recently, in last place. And now is a chance to finish third if they can stick the landing on this jump. And
Winter Girl,
they went to hell. So
Winter Girl says, I only went to the club because she needed one more person to sign up, and I had to go if I signed up. And yes, we saw everything, unfortunately. Since there's only 2 winners for this race, both of you guys should get a sticker because everyone else died. Okay,
congratulations to Laura Ann and Kayla Ray Reeds. You're both going to get a sticker. Type in !merch. Click the link, go to Robin's Kawaii Corner, find yourself a spooky sticker. Then message us however you feel comfortable, whether it's through the email or any of the social medias, and say, yo, here's the sticker I want. Here's where you can send it. And we will send it. Let's get back into the menu.
He means me.
Yup, let's get back into the menu and vote for some tracks. I'm going to keep scrolling. Captain Vegas says there are places for tourists where tattoos are okay and it's pretty safe. That's
nice.
Good to know. Gonna keep scrolling. Glitch says, that's right, I graduated through 5.
2005, I already read it.
Okay. Gonna keep scrolling.
I already read those. And now we're caught up.
Cool. Godrich says, since when did marbles become a battle royale? LMAO, there actually is a battle royale mode. We just don't do it very often. You can see at the top where it says standard, right next to it is royale. And the marbles basically just target each other and smash into each other until only one is left.
But you can target people that you want to destroy.
I think you'd like exclamation point target and then their name. So.
Was it, or is it just their name?
I don't know.
I don't remember. We figured it out last time because we were doing those royale ones for a while. But honestly, I don't even fucking what.
Oh shit! Cubs just won with a 3-run home run by Jason Hayward on the 10th inning. God damn, dude! I just get so many notifications during this.
Glitch says, I got my prints from Robin's shop. They're so amazing in person. I'm so happy with them. I'm so happy that you got them. I'm glad you really like them. Those are like the prints. Prints are. Do you hear a dog?
No, I don't.
Prints are something that I don't sell very often. And so when people buy them, I'm like, oh my fucking God, you guys are so nice. Because that means someone's going to put it somewhere, right?
You would imagine, yeah.
Yeah. But my Todoroki ones are my favorite.
The new ones?
Yeah, the new Todoroki ones are.
They sold
so
well,
nice.
too.
They did sell well. I almost sold out of them. I sold out of Violet Evergarden this past weekend. Like, everyone wanted Violet Evergarden. And I was so thankful that I had mini ones because I ran out of the big ones. And I was like, all I got are mini ones. And everyone's like, well, I'll take the mini one, whatever.
I was like, who the fuck is Violet Evergarden? What's she from?
And I was like, Violet Evergarden?
I'm like, all right, never mind. I'm trying to understand this and what's happening. Someone asked if they can change their vote. I don't know. You can try, but I don't think it lets you vote twice. So... either way, let's see what's in the lead. It says right now Endurance Test is in the lead. I'm guessing that's track 7 because people were saying that they're voting for track 7. So stop looking at my nipple and making biting motions. It's disturbing. Endurance Test is going to be our second track. 2 minutes and 35 seconds on average. 1 minute and 58 is the record time. And locally, we haven't raced it this season. So let's jump in there and do it.
Boop, boop,
Stop.
Boop. What? I can touch you all I want.
You have raptor toes, dog.
Yeah, so hashtag deal with it.
Exclamation point play to get your marble on stream.
You should just put up with it.
That's not at all what that saying is. It's, why do you put up with these?
I know, but I'm saying you should just put up with it.
You're wrong. All right, I'm going to start the countdown. 70 seconds from right now will be the last moment that you can join up. Right now we have 16 marbles, which is how many we had last time. Let's get an extra marble, at least one, for this last one.
Let's Marvin Gaye, get it on.
Lisa over there on YouTube says, in 2006 I started middle school, and they wouldn't allow us to go on YouTube. I would imagine it's like how you're not allowed to go to certain websites. Like, they just don't let you go there because they figure people are just going to watch stuff and hang around and do nothing.
Okay.
It's like they wouldn't let us play fucking Quake when I was a kid in high school. We had to fucking install it and run it ourselves. It was so annoying.
You're so stupid.
And we did, and it was fucking sweet.
I remember there was a game on iMac, I guess, those little colorful computers. Those little colorful
I remember
Mac
what an
computers.
iMac is, yeah.
There was a dinosaur game where you had to go and find like certain dinosaur eggs. I don't fucking remember. But that game, like, I swear, I played it every single day. It was so fun.
I remember they used to have this game on computers called Solitaire, where you got to play solitaire. That was fun. Did anyone play Minesweeper? Y'all remember Minesweeper, right? Shout out to Ross Sosa, just subscribed using their Prime. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Snark says Nanosaur. Hell yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's the actual name. I bet it is. I'm sure you're right. Because
Enzo
I
Matrix
don't know.
says, I used to play Quake 3 Arena with reboot skins. You could not be any fucking cooler in this moment. I'm just saying, that's pretty badass.
Captain Fake Eye says, I wish karaoke places were open. It seems Robin's good at karaoke. No, I'm not. Not even close.
She's enthusiastic and she's good.
No. Laura Ann says, I've never actually been to a karaoke place. That would be a fun activity for SpookyCon if places were open. The thing with karaoke and COVID is that singing spreads. So that's why a lot of karaoke places aren't open, because it's small rooms and singing spreads the aerosols way faster.
Like, have you ever seen that slow motion video of the guy from Metallica singing? And it like shows him yelling, and it's just like fucking spittle being sprayed everywhere. It's gross. All right, right now 911 girl's in the lead. There's going to be a fork in the road. She has taken the left path. Captain Fake Eye's taking the right, or excuse me, the center path. No one's taken the right path.
Aw, Alessa says, it was sad because I just wanted to listen to anime music. Aw.
There goes Laura.
Lizardtree says, I know Neopets wasn't what Robin was talking about, but that shit was golden. Yo, I was so into Neopets. Gaia Online, hell yeah. Those web-based games, I played so much of that.
There was some web-based game. There was like an RPG that I found, and I used to play that 8 hours a day. When I worked at Direct Buy, I would go in, finish my work immediately, and then just play it all day until I maxed the level out, and I was like, damn, I got nothing to do now.
Enzo Matrix says, playing at Megabyte was awesome. Don't know who that is.
He's a bad guy. Captain Fake Eye and Kaylee Ray Reeds are duking it out right now for first
Godrich
place.
says, Minesweeper was the origin of my anxiety. Laura Ann says, no one needs to hear me sing, though. Ross Sosa says, I just hum all my songs. Which is, you know, respectable. Well, if you hum, right, you don't spread COVID.
Okay.
Just saying.
Humioki. TM. Don't steal it.
Okay. You're stupid.
Right now, Captain Fake Eye's in the lead and has successfully navigated past the fan blade. Looks like Glitch is trying to catch up. People are running out of time. Don't let Captain Fake Eye win, y'all. Just kidding. She's great, and she is going to take home first place. Congratulations, Captain Fake Eye. Looks like Lisbeth Tree is going to be coming in second, unless that little middle bump screws her over like it's happened before.
Glitch says his name is James Hetfield, and now you have to sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight.
Pass. All right, we're going to let everyone else trickle in. I don't think anyone actually fell off this round, but most importantly, Robin's last. So, Captain Vegas says, yes, I won. Finally, some important stuff that I need to note. Tomorrow is Thursday. It doesn't seem like an important day, but it is for a few reasons. One, the NFL season starts tomorrow with the first game, which I will not be watching because I will be recording a D&D side podcast starring the one, the only, Captain Fake Eye. It is going to be an offshoot of a Wheel of Time podcast that I'm doing with my friend, which is turning into what I'm imagining is going to be a Wheel of Time therapy podcast because wasn't a fan of the new trailer. And third, tomorrow, believe it or not,
Captain Fake Eye says tomorrow's going to be a great day with Twats.
Tomorrow is also the release of the trailer for the movie known as
The Matrix?
Matrix Resurrections, or Matrix 4, which does have Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu Reeves, and I think we can all agree, how bad is this one going to be? But I'm still excited.
My coworker is so cute. He's like, my son's 15 now, so we finally introduced him to the Matrix movies. So we're having him watch through all the Matrix movies now that he's old enough so that we can prepare for the new Matrix movie that's coming out.
One of the funniest skits I've ever fucking seen was for the MTV Movie Awards when Justin Timberlake hosted it. And he had a scene where he basically went into all of the movies that summer, and he walked into the Matrix, and it was the second one that came out, and the architect was there in the giant white room where he talks to him like concordantly. And it was Will Ferrell, and Will Ferrell was so fucking funny pretending to be that guy. It was so funny. Go check it out on YouTube, or maybe E-Bombs World if you can't find it, if that still exists. And do yourself a favor, if you've never seen them, the G.I. Joe PSAs that used to exist on E-Bombs World are some of the funniest fucking things.
God, Adam always quotes that shit, and I'm like, it's so
They're all burned
stupid.
into my brain, and they're
like,
so good.
Hey,
Kid,
I'm a computer.
Hey, kid, I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading.
I don't know why it's so funny.
They just are, man.
Oh my god. Look, Glitch is like, stop all the downloading.
It's hilarious. So, all right, we're going to move back over to the main screen in the background. I'm going to close down Marbles on Stream. Congratulations one more time to our 3 victors we had, since the first track was a bloodbath. And it said few will survive, and it was not lying. So
Rothman says pork chop sandwiches.
That's another PSA.
I just know he cooks.
G.I.
I just
Joe
assumed
PSA.
he was making pork chop sandwiches.
It's just so funny. Oh, God. There's one that's just a guy standing on a cliff, and the rocks fall out from under him, and he just falls out and out of frame, and just goes, shit. And it just goes, G.I. Joe.
God.
They're fucking funny. Watch them. All right, I'm going to mark it, and we're going to do the outro, and then have your Wednesday back. I'm going to go watch the last half of Hamilton, because it's all like, just need to fucking watch it again. I don't know why.
Is it on Disney Plus?
That's just where I'm at in the... Like, I was listening to it on the plane on the way home, and that's where I stopped. Thomas Jefferson just got back. So I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to watch the second half. So anyways, thank you so much to everyone who sent in their stories. We sincerely appreciate you sharing your stories with us. Sometimes they're fun and funny like they were tonight. Sometimes they're about dicks. And sometimes they can be serious. And either way, we thank you for trusting us to not criticize or be assholes about anything you send us. And we sincerely do take that seriously. So if you have a story...
seriously do take that seriously.
I thought we said we sincerely do take that seriously.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to listen back because sometimes I say things and I don't know what came out of my mouth. Pork chop sandwiches. Anyways, if you have a story you would like to send our way, please email storytime@scaryish.com. You can also go to our website, scaryish.com, and click on Contact Us. Fill out that form. It comes directly to us. You can also hit us up on any of our social medias. Facebook is facebook.com/Scaryish Podcast. Twitter is @ScarishPod. Instagram is @ScarishPodcast. Purple Monkey Dishwasher Robin. For folks who would like to donate to us, how can they do so? That last one was a Simpsons reference.
Okay. You can go to patreon.com/Scaryish Podcast. Those are monthly donations. Tiers start at $1 where you get ad-free, which is awesome. You can also go to ko-fi.com/Scaryish Podcast, and those are one-time donations. All your donations go to helping us upgrade our studio setup, pay for the background things like website hosting, podcast hosting, our internet.
What?
I don't know. I was trying to...
All that background stuff.
All the background stuff that costs fuckloads of money. And we're really thankful for everybody that helps support us and makes it possible, because we love making these episodes every week, and we really wouldn't be here without you, and thank you.
Indeed. So that's everything we have for Storytime number 172.
That's
so Robin,
Storytime 172.
We've done a lot of episodes of this show.
Jeebus.
But Robin, go ahead and sign us out.
Are you Canadian now? Oot.
Yes, I am. Sign us out.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.